might be hurt.
In this painting, I was thinking in terms of combining candy.
I will if you make it first.
My name is Gaydos, manager of the Florissant Civic Center Theater.
Hi, welcome to another edition of On Cue. My name's Gaydos, manager of your Florissant Civic Center Theater. And what we try and do here on kind of a monthly version is preview, not review, shows that are coming to the Civic Center Theater here in the city of Florissant. It's a wonderful facility. The Alpha players have been gracing the stage there for many years, and I have two of the stars of an upcoming Alpha production entitled Good People. With me today are Joseph Reinert and Trish Nelke. Welcome both.
Hi, thanks
Trish,
for having us.
I see you a lot here.
No, we're like old friends.
Good to see you.
You
Thanks
too.
for being here, Joseph. I usually don't go this deep into what we're going to see ahead of time, but this is a unique piece, and I think it's going to take some explanation. So I'm going to give you a quote from the Manhattan Theater Club, who were the originators of the show, that I found in Playbill. And it says about the show Good People, "Welcome to Southie, a Boston neighborhood where a night on the town means a few rounds of bingo, where this month's paycheck covers last month's bills, and where Margie Walsh has just been let go from yet another job." You know, this is kind of realistic stuff,
Yes.
but it's an exciting piece that was on Broadway and won several awards, right?
Yes, it did. Several Tonys.
And Frances McDormand, who we all love now,
Yes.
since she's been a star in so many things, was one of the stars along with Estelle Parsons on Broadway. Can you tell us some of the awards it picked up while it was on its way off the Great White Way?
Oh my gosh. It was nominated for Best Play, and it won Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role, which was Frances
It's also
McDormand.
the winner of the 76th New York Drama Critics Award. That's a lot of tribute for a small piece of powerful theater. It went on, I think, to work as a stable in regional theater, even appearing here at the Rep. Did you happen to see it while it was here?
I did not get a chance to see that, no.
What do you think of your character, though? Are you Irish Catholic, or how did you wind up here from there?
Well, my character, it's one of the most interesting roles that I've gotten to play. He presents himself as being very successful, but he doesn't have many people left in his life who know his background. Yeah. So once Margie starts coming back around and getting involved with his life, things start to kind of come apart for him. And
yeah. He grows up in a tough world and gets to medical school.
yes.
And the old world comes and is trying to drag him back, as they say in Seinfeld. You know, every time I get out, they just keep trying to drag me back. And he has a new life.
He does. He's escaped from Southie, has a successful practice. He has married a young wife, boss's daughter, and everything is going pretty well for him until Margie turns up.
She walks in the
You
door.
sound so terrible.
Well, from Mike's perspective, you are.
True, very true.
And Margie has an identifiable position in today's economy, you know?
Yes, very much so.
Part-time job, rough life with a child, mother without a father. Where's she working when she gets canned?
The dollar store.
Boy, do I identify with that. One of my Christmas presents came from the dollar store. It was one of my favorite. No, but the truth of the matter is it can happen to anybody.
Yes.
And where's her safety net?
Where? Her friends?
There you go.
Yes, her friends.
And they're not doing much better than Margie is.
No, they are not.
What do you think about her trip back to the neighborhood? She goes there, I guess by invite. Did she go back to see Mark?
To go see Mike. Well, she seeks him out. She finds out from her friend Jean that Mike is back in town, and he's a successful doctor, and she decides that she's going to go see him to see if he can get her a job, because she's desperate.
She's flat out.
It's so hard for her to find anything, and so she goes to him, and they kind of I guess, have this kind of back and forth play kind of thing in his office, and then she ends up getting invited to this birthday party that his wife is having for him, and
So this
she's
is good.
hoping
This is
yeah,
good news.
She's hoping that she can get a job out of it. She's hoping
He
she
has
can
plenty
find
of
somebody.
powerful friends,
Yes.
probably, she thinks. Yeah.
Exactly.
And how does that working? When she gets to the party,
Do you
it's-
want me to divulge the
no,
entire
I don't want you to
plot?
tell the whole thing. But things don't go well.
No,
Let's put it that way.
not
No,
really.
no.
No.
And really, the playwright who put this together has some experience with writing real life.
Oh yes, it's very real.
This is not his
Yes.
first
It's
walk
very,
in the park,
very
is
real.
it?
No.
Lindsay Bear, right?
David Lindsay Abaire, yes. He also wrote Rabbit Hole, which was a Pulitzer Prize-winning play.
Right. We've done that
which
on our
also-
stage
yes.
before. and,
So this one's a little more has a little more comedy in it. It's got the two ladies that play Jean and Dottie, my friends, are just hilarious.
great.
They are the comic relief.
Oh, that's good. No,
So
that's
it's
right.
a lot of fun. with
So we
them.
don't just stay on the dark side.
No,
we
no,
say-
no.
Good, good. So in the end, I guess there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this, and one of them probably is you can never get away from what you were. Is there a moral to the story, Joseph?
Well, rather than a moral, I'd say it more raises questions that people can kind of figure out their own answers to, such as whether your success is based purely on luck, or whether it's your own driving ambition, or whether you have people who helped you out. Mike believes that he has succeeded based on his own hard work, and Margie doesn't completely agree with that, and that
when-
becomes a big
And when he throws that in her
conflict.
face, it really doesn't stick, because he assumes that she doesn't work hard.
Right.
And as a mother, I mean, alone, you work like a slave. And then in these meaningless jobs, these dead-end jobs, it can only get worse. One of the things it did was run only for 3 or 4 months on Broadway, but like I said, I think it is a mainstay of regional theater. It was at the Rep, as we mentioned, in 2013, and is a strong piece. Do we have some great actors that are playing these other parts that we'll recognize from other
yes,
shows?
yes, we
Why don't we
We have
remember
some,
them?
yes. Therese Meldikoff is playing Jean. She is a
Okay.
mainstay on the Civic Center Theater stage.
Sure.
Stephen Shamanek is playing Stevie. Stephen's playing Stevie. Nancy Krause, you may know her.
I know her.
Nancy
from
Krause is playing Dottie.
many
She is a
theatrical
hoot.
appearances on the stage. Oh, she'll be
And
good.
Elizabeth McCormick is playing Kate,
Great.
Mike's wife.
The director of the show this time is
Laura Crack.
very good. And Laura has been, I know, backstage quite a bit.
Yes.
Is she been directing much, or is this her first attempt? Or?
I think it's her first.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, this is a wonderful piece to pick. We need some basic information on it to get the audience there. How about dates and times and prices?
You wanna do
guys-
dates and times?
You guys want to hit that for
Sure.
us before we forget?
The show will be running January 29th and 30th at 7:30 p.m., February 6th and 7th, 5th and 6th at 7:30 p.m., and February 7th at 2 p.m. Tickets are going to be $18 for adults, $16 for student and seniors. Children 12 and under will be $10, and group rates will be available.
These are well priced for everybody to attend. Is this what's the age on children? Where would you stop if you brought children in, or is this good for the whole family kind of stuff?
Not really for the younger ones.
Okay.
I think high school, maybe some middle school would probably get something out
So
of
be
it.
careful
but-
of the 12 and under thing. Or
Yeah.
12 That's what I would say as far as this goes. No, I think the show has a lot of great potential. And does it go very far into the Southie? Can you parallel that to South St. Louis or any other neighborhood that either of you have ever been exposed to?
Actually, it's funny that you mention that, because it is kind of set up how it is out here with the counties being
Very
separated, I
yeah,
guess. So it
yeah.
is kind of like that. I don't know if I could pick one and compare it to
Yeah.
Southie, but
Southie would be
It's-
considered a tough neighborhood, though.
Yes.
It was a
Yes,
tough one to
so-
grow up in. Is there a racial divide there of any sort, or is there racism in the show itself?
it is touched on. It
Yes.
is touched on. It's something from
from
past
Mike's
that
past.
your
comes
past,
up. Yeah.
Mike? Uh-oh.
So it is touched on slightly.
No, so I mean, this is real world stuff, and
Very
with
much.
real answers that the audience comes away with in the end, and should be exciting piece for the month of January and February for people to come out to. Well, it's great to have you both here again.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for being with us.
Thank you, Gary.
The Alpha Players live on volunteers. These actors have made it a long route to this point. Joseph, where did you start out to get this far? Could you tell us how you got into the Alpha Players, just briefly?
Well, I worked with the Alpha Players many years back. I did several shows with them around 96, 97, 98.
Great.
And haven't been on the Alpha stage for quite a while, but very excited to be back.
Many people will know that Trish has been around for a little bit, and she works in our box office at the Civic Center. And you still like to act, even though you do this work all day long, selling tickets and helping us. And
Love being in the theater.
Isn't that wonderful?
No matter how I do.
So there you go. You know, some people can't get enough, and hopefully someday, if you're in the audience and you've ever thought about volunteering, they're looking for workers behind the scene. There's lights, there's costumes, there's set design, all kinds of fun things that you can develop skills at, even that are very marketable. And we'd love to have you join us with either this show or another show that's coming up. The Alphas have open auditions, right?
Yes.
That is correct.
And you came back through an audition process, I assume, Joseph, right? That's wonderful. So you can never be too far away from either your old neighborhood or things that you love to do. And again, it's great to have the Alpha Players back. This looks like it's going to be a hit. We're looking forward to seeing you in the audience. Now, in just a few seconds, we're going to go on to the calendar of events where we're going to take up with some things that we never have time to review or preview. We're going to just talk about them and what dates are arriving at the theater. Hi, we're back with the calendar of events. These are the things we don't have time to preview on the show today. In January, we got some great shows coming up, though. The Next Generation Theater Company presents The Wizard of Oz, January 8th, 9th, and on the 9th, there are two performances of it. On Friday, January the 8th, it's a 7 p.m. curtain. And then on Saturday, January the 9th, 2 o'clock matinee and a 7 p.m. in the evening show again. $15 in advance for adults, $18 for adults if you wait and buy them at the door, $12 for students anytime, and $10 for children 12 and under. Come and join Dorothy, and she is transported out of Kansas on a magical world of imagination. She's accompanied by her trusty friends, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and Toto too, embarking on a thrilling adventure down that infamous yellow brick road, complete with beautiful melodies, stunning dances, and the adorable munchkins that I love especially. The Wizard of Oz is sure to put a smile on everyone's face. St. Louis Family Theater Series then continues in the month of January again, sponsored by the Junior League of St. Louis and the city with Charlotte's Web. It's out of TheaterWorks USA in New York, undeniably one of the best children's theater companies, professional, all to the point of being world class. They'll be on tour January 15th, 16th, and 17th, stopping in at our theater. Friday evening, that is, on the 15th at 7:30 p.m. curtain. And then on Saturday and Sunday, the 16th and 17th, 2 o'clock matinees only. $7 to all, which is a wonderful price for the quality you're going to see on stage. This is one of TheaterWorks' best productions. Charlotte's Web, based on E.B. White's loving story of the friendship between a pig named Wilbur and a little gray spider named Charlotte. This is a treasure tale featuring madcap and endearing farm animals, exploring bravery, selfless love, and the true meaning of friendship on the Zuckerman farm. Take your kids back in time and let them see what a real story can be like. It will drive them to the library shelves so they'll be reading the rest of their life. Florissant Fine Arts Council also has a great one coming up in the month of January. This was one of the sellouts that we got a lot of grief for last year, so I can give you plenty of fair warning on it. The Ball Knobbers are returning from Branson, Missouri with the Ball Knobbers Jamboree. January the 16th on a Saturday evening this time at 8 p.m. This is $28 for adults, $26 for seniors and students, and the pre-sale on it is already very heavy. If you want those tickets, you really got to call the box office and make that reservation. Don't fool around with this because you'll be shut out. It sold out last year. I'm guaranteeing it'll sell out again this year. The Branson family entertainment phenomena began in Branson, called the Ball Knobbers, over 55 years ago in 1959, when the four May brothers, then known as the Ball Knobbers, began entertaining visitors on the Branson lakefront. Joined by a cast of dynamic singers, musicians, comedians, and entertainers, the second and third generation now of the May family perform your favorite country classics, hot new country hits, and a lot of side-splitting comedy. You haven't seen this show, you haven't seen what Branson was really well known for before a lot of the glitz took over. These are people with a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and a lot of talent who came from that area down there in southern Missouri. Missouri Ballet Theater is coming with Breaking Boundaries here in the month of January on the 21st and 22nd. You want more information on that? You'll have to go to the MissouriBalletTheater.org. The Alpha Players are also going to make a presentation here in the month of January. Again, good people that we mentioned earlier in that wonderful interview. That's here January 29th, 30th, and that's the first weekend that's on stage, 7:30 p.m. That's a new time for them on Friday and Saturday. And then the next full weekend in February, February 5th, 6th, and 7th, again 7:30 p.m., different time, Friday and Saturday than usual. They used to do 8 o'clock only, and now we still have that matinee on February the 7th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon to end the run of the show. $18 for adults, $16 for seniors and students, $10 for children 12 and under. We'd like to point out that, again, Margie Walsh can't catch a break. Let go from her job at the dollar store. Margie feels that South Boston's providing her the same level of opportunity as she's always had there. None. Wry, rough around the edges, and ready to make a change, she seeks out the one who got away, both from Southie and from her. Instead, she finds herself in the burbs, in the home of a doctor and out of her element, facing questions. Is opportunity granted or earned? Nominated for a 2011 Tony Award for Best Play, Good People takes an affectionate look at the haves and the have-nots of society through the eyes of characters who won't be ignored. Wonderful show. You'll want to be there in the audience for that one. St. Louis Family Theater Series again hits the stage in February with a hit, Seussical the Musical. This is being presented again from Theater Works USA in New York, part of their national tour here on February 12th, 13th, and 14th. That's Valentine's Day, friends. You can't miss that one. 7:30 p.m. on a Friday night, and then matinees only on the 13th and 14th, Saturday and Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Cat in the Hat, and he's the host and MC and an all-around mischief maker in this show. It's a romp through the Seuss classic. When the good-natured elephant Horton hears a small cry for help coming from a speck of dust, he promises to rescue and guard it because a person's a person, no matter how small. Dr. Seuss's beloved characters find themselves intertwined in an incredible crazy quilt adventure in which the power of imagination and a miraculous think saves the day. This again is the show that the original producers of Seussical the Musical wanted on Broadway and couldn't capture it. It closed there after a little more than a year, and if they'd have had this version of it, even they say it would have run forever. $7 to all. Group rates are available, especially for scout groups. You'll want to come and see Seussical. Open that book up, and you'll find them in the library shortly thereafter. McClure High School comes in after that with Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Going to be on stage February 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. All performance curtain times, easy to remember, are at 7 o'clock. So it's going to be running that whole week there in February. Left to the devices of her evil stepmother and stepsisters, Cinderella manages to rise above everything to make all of her dreams come true. One of Rodgers and Hammerstein's best, $6 in advance, $8 at the door. You'll want to be there again. If you have somebody in the high school that you know at McClure, get that ticket early because there'll be a lot of people trying to get into that one. Florissant Fine Arts Council presents The Lady with All the Answers then from Omaha, Nebraska. I loved Ann Landers, you loved Ann Landers, everybody used to talk about her column. This is her life story. It was off Broadway and a big hit. It's going to be here one day only, February 28th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. Dear Ann Landers, for decades, renowned advice columnist Ann Landers answered countless letters for lovelorn teens, confused couples, and a multitude of others in need of advice. Now you can see her on stage, $28 for adults, $26 for seniors and students. Group rates are available. If you have a senior group especially, you'll want to get in line for this one. Landers regaled her readers with direct, insightful, and often humorous, honest responses to questions. In this play, we learn as much about ourselves as we do the wise, funny, no-nonsense woman whose daily dialogue with America helped shape the social and sexual landscapes of the last half-century. Join us for that one. Join us for any of these, and you won't be disappointed. Great having you here on Q 921-5678. That's area code 314-921-5678 for those tickets, or go to www.florissantmo.com, click on the theater portion, and then click on Buy Tickets Online, and for a modest service charge, you can even buy those tickets when we're not in the box office. Thanks for listening.